As the leader in quality digital learning, the Online Learning Consortium offers a suite of tools to help administrators, faculty, and instructional designers evaluate quality in their online programs and courses in order to improve practice and provide a better learning experience for students. This comprehensive quality scorecard suite provides institutions with the necessary criteria and benchmarking tools to ensure online learning excellence for the entire institution in the following areas: administration of online programs, blended learning programs, quality course teaching and instructional practice, also known as the QC tip, digital courseware instructional practice, and the quality scorecard for online student support. For this presentation, we'll be focusing on the design, development, and utilization of the QC tip scorecard. To learn more about the other scorecards, visit olcquality.org. One of the unique features about the QC tip is that it includes indicators for both course design and instructional practice. There are other rubrics out there, but many of them focus solely on online course design. This was one of the driving factors for developing a scorecard that would be more comprehensive in nature. The research methodology used to develop the scorecard is called a Delphi method. This is a structured research process where information goes back and forth between a panel of experts on the given topic in order to gain consensus. It took 5 different surveys to complete the study over an 11-week period. For this study, the experts had to be online instructors in higher education for at least 5 years, published or presented on the topic, and have been identified as exemplary instructors with an award or acclamation. We invited 72 experts and 58 completed the first survey. As you can see by this graph, 73% of the expert panel had at least 9 or more years of experience, with over 60% of that having at least 11 years of experience. We were able to find long-time online instructors who could really provide good suggestions for additional indicators not located by the initial literature review. After 5 rounds, the scorecard was complete with the panel deciding on a 0 to 2 point scoring scale ranging from emerging to exemplary. We started with 114 best practices. The expert panel added 112 more and came to consensus on 97 that are separated into 10 categories. Similar to the other OLC quality scorecards, the total score is ranked within 10% ranges. There are 10 distinct categories with anywhere from 2 to 15 indicators in each category. The categories include course design with 13 indicators, accessibility, ADA compliance, and universal design with 2 indicators, course learning objectives with 11 indicators, course content, 9 indicators, assignments, 7 indicators, instructor role, 15 indicators, class discussion and engagement, 8 indicators, building community, 12 indicators, communication, 15 indicators, and continuous course improvement, 5 indicators. Note the categories with the largest number of indicators. In spite of not trying to develop a scorecard for course design, quality indicators do reference course design. Of course, good course design is most often inherent to good teaching. The QC tip was designed to be a comprehensive review of the course environment to validate instructional practices as compared to quality standards identified by our panel of experts. However, you can also use the component scorecards to take a more focused approach into several different areas of the QC tip. The remainder of this presentation is going to focus on the Student Engagement Scorecard and highlight some of the quality indicators within each category. The class discussion and engagement category lists 8 specific indicators around the discussion activities. This is often an area that can either be fantastic and engaging or fall flat without the right structure, directions, and instructor involvement. Let's take a closer look into some of these indicators. Craft good questions. All good online discussions start with good questions, and asking effective questions is an important strategy for supporting student engagement with both the course content and their peers. Well-designed questions should encourage comprehensive exploration of a subject, generate discussion, and often lead students to new insights. Questions that support reflection, interpretation, analysis, or problem solving often lead to a more engaging learning experience. Sustaining the interaction. Even if your activities have been designed to promote peer interaction and discussion, they will only succeed if the majority of students are actually participating. Discussion assignments can be a great way for a community of learners to learn from each other and become more engaged in the learning process. However, students need to understand what's required of them in order to succeed. This includes things like establishing grading criteria for discussion assignments and enforcing due dates for initial posts and replies. It will also be important for you to maintain a balance in your level of participation. You'll need to provide enough comments on the discussion board that students feel your presence. However, responding too early or too frequently can have the reverse effect and squash the dialogue between students. Building community. The Building Community category contains 12 specific indicators that assist with creating a safe and inclusive online learning community that fosters interaction and promotes a positive and motivating learning environment for students. Let's delve a bit deeper into some of these indicators. The Community of Inquiry, developed by Garrison, Anderson, and Archer, 2000, is a popular theoretical framework that can be used to build communities online, highlighting 3 main elements of cognitive, social, and teaching presence. The Community of Inquiry asserts that effective online learning can take place with the development of an online community. Feeling connected with one's peers and the instructor within the online community has a significant impact on learning. To build a caring and inclusive community within your online course, incorporate exercises that enable connectedness and let everyone's voice be heard. Create an environment where questions are embraced and active listening takes place. Establishing identity. Establishing identity and presence can be difficult in digital learning environments, but they are critical components of building a robust learning community. Learning management systems often have tools that can be leveraged to help students and faculty get to know each other, including profiles and community spaces where students can update their names, list their pronouns, and share who they are. Tools like NameCoach even allow students to share correct pronunciation of their name. Try using different methods to welcome students in the online classroom by incorporating various community-building warm-up activities and participating in them along with your students. Communication. The communication category is another large category that is instructor-focused. There are 15 indicators that provide guidelines and best practices for instructor communication with the use of feedback, announcements, messages, tone, and information about the course. Let's examine some of these indicators more closely. Respectful and welcoming. Communication in the online environment lacks the contextual cues of face-to-face dialogue and can often be misinterpreted. Netiquette is a way of defining professionalism through mediated communication to increase the probability that our messages will be well received and understood by others. Since productive discussions are an integral part of an online course, it's crucial that clearly defined guidelines for maintaining a productive and supportive learning atmosphere are established from the beginning and are modeled and monitored by the instructor throughout the course. Effective feedback. Providing feedback on student work is an essential aspect of an instructor's role regardless of the learning modality. Effective and timely feedback can improve learning outcomes and student satisfaction. It's important to provide feedback comments that both praise student efforts as well as those that provide a more critical evaluation of their work. When giving critical feedback, you should aim to provide both precision and specificity in order to be the most useful. Research indicates that feedback delivered in an audio format can have a positive impact on student satisfaction. Availability and assistance. Since students cannot easily meet you after class in the online environment, you'll need to alert them of the preferable way to contact you, either through email, the course messaging system, or scheduling time during virtual office hours. You could also consider creating a separate help forum where students can collectively post their questions about the content or assignment directions. When students do contact you, it'll be important that you respond in a timely fashion to communicate that you are still present and available to help. Continuous improvement. This presentation provided a brief overview of the history and development of OLC's QC-TIP scorecard with a focus on the student engagement component. With 70 specific indicators, this scorecard is meant to be a personal instructor evaluation tool and should be included as a part of an ongoing effort for improvement. Instead of trying to make all of the changes at once, it's recommended that you target one area at a time and work to improve that area. The Online Learning Consortium also offers additional workshops and resources around quality online instruction to assist with your professional development needs.